Good day everyone. So welcome sa panibagong YouTube math tutorial natin. So today, ang i-discuss natin ay sa subject ng General Mathematics for grade 11 sa bagong curriculum, which is for gumagamit na ng 3 terms. So our lesson for today, it's all about future value of simple ordinary annuities. Without further ado, let's start. So before we move on to our lesson proper, allow me to recap some terms na kailangan natin dito sa annuities na ginagamit na natin o present dun sa compound interest, which is our previous lesson. So, yung ating conversion period. So, pag sinabing annually, the M is equal to 1. Pag sinabing semi-annually, M is equal to 2. Pag sinabi natin quarterly, M is equal to 4. Monthly will be 12. And last but not the least, daily is 365. Next, we define what is the annuity. So, yung annuities natin divided into two categories. Actually, meron pa yan. So, hindi ko na siya sinama because hindi naman natin siya madi-discuss today. So, first category is according to payment interval and interest period. So, yun po yung una nating category. Ito po. Yan. According to payment interval and interest period. So, we have two types of annuities according to that category. So, una, simple annuity and a general annuity. What's the difference between the two? So, when we talk about simple annuity, kapag sa simple annuity po ang pinag-uusapan, the payment interval is the same as the interest period. So, ibig sabihin, if we have a certain example or problem, dapat yung payment interval, yung kanyang pagbabayad or pag-iipon, ay dapat same ng interest period. So later on, I will have an example regarding with that one. Okay? Next is the general annuity. Ayan. So pag sinabi natin general annuity, an annuity where the payment interval is not the same as the interest period. So, yun naman po yung pinagkaiba. So, opposite talaga sila. So, para mas maintindihan nyo, yung pinagkaiba ng simple and general annuity, allow me to proceed with the next slide. I have here an example. So, example 1, determine the given situation represents simple or general annuity. So, yun po yung trabaho natin. Titingnan natin if simple or general annuity yung problem na ipapakita sa atin. So, let's have number 1. Payment are made at the end of each month for a loan that charges 1.05% interest compounded quarterly. So, titingnan natin yung kanyang payment interval o yung kanyang pagbabayad. So, in our case, ang sabi, payment are made at the end of each month. So, kada buwan. So, kada buwan po daw siya nagbabayad ng kanyang loan. Then, yung compounding period niya or tinatawag na interest period is compounded quarterly. So, let me ask you this. Yung monthly po ba is the same value with the word quarterly? Hindi. So, kapag ganyan po, pag magkaiba yung kanyang payment interval at interest period, that is an example of general annuity. Now, let's have the second example para ma-contrast natin yung general annuity. So, a deposit of 5,500 pesos was made at the beginning of every 3 months to an account that earns 5.6% interest compounded quarterly. So, titingnan natin kung kailan siya nagbabayad. So, sabi, every 3 months. So, every 3 months. So, very clear, no? Very clear. 3 months siya. So, every 3 months siya nagbabayad and the compounding period or the interest period is compounded quarterly. Now, we all know that quarterly meaning every 3 months yun. So, we have January, February, March, that's 1. April, May, June, 2nd. July, August, September, 3rd. Then, October, November, December, the 4th one. So, we have here an example of simple sorry, this one is simple annuity. Typo error, class. This one is a simple annuity. Yan. So, this one is a simple annuity. Okay? So, I hope clear na siya, no? Pag sinabi nating simple, okay? The simple will be, dapat parehas sila ng pagbabayad at interest period. Okay? Next. Alright. So, let's have the second one. So, according to time of payment interval. So, tingnan natin. Time of payment. So, pag sinabi naman nating time of payment, kung kailan siya nagbabayad. Okay. Paano siya, tuwing kailan ba? Sa unahan ba o sa dulo? So, meron tayong dalawang uri ng annuity regarding with that one. So, pag sinabing ordinary annuity, the type of payment or a type of annuity which the payment are made o payments are made at the end. Ayan, at the end of each month. Or, sorry, at the edge of each payment interval. So, sa dulo po nangyayari yung pagbabayad. However, if we're gonna compare that one to annuity due, Sabi, payment are made at the beginning. So, sa unahan naman of each payment interval. So, it's very clear, no? Pag nasa dulo ng payment interval, that's ordinary annuity. Pero pag nasa unahan, that will be annuity due. Now, again, we have an example regarding with that one. So, allow me to proceed with the next slide. So, again, June monthly mortgage payment is 35,148.05 at the end of each month. So, very obvious, at the end of each month, so that would be ordinary annuity. However, kapag ito, ayan, a deposit of 5,500 was made at the end of every 3 months to an account that 5.6 interest compounded quarterly. So this example is also an ordinary annuity. Ordinary annuity rin po ito because of the word at the end. So ang challenge ko sa inyo dito, okay, ang challenge ko sa inyo dito class is how do we able to translate this example to be an example of annuity due o annuity due? Bakit? Kasi pag sinabing annuity due, nasa unahan yung pagbabayad. So instead of using at the end, I'm gonna use at the beginning. Ayan. So tatanggalin natin yung at the end at papalitan natin at ng the word beginning. Okay? Para yung example na to ay ma-consider as annuity due. So this one an example of annuity due. So, I hope clear na po sa inyo, no? So, kung ano po yung difference ng annuity due, ordinary annuity, ng general, at simple annuity. Now, let's proceed with the formula. Okay? So, the formula for the future value of the simple ordinary annuity is, there you go. F is equal to R bracket quantity 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 all over I. Wherein, R is the regular payment, I is the interest rate per period, N will be the number of payments, R, small letter R is the nominal rate, and M is the number of conversion periods. It's already discussed kanina. Na-review ko na yung value ng M, yung mga annually, semi-annually na yan. Okay, so ano bang meaning ng mga to? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng mga nasa formula na to? So let's have this slide. So when we talk about T, it is the term of annuity, time between the first payment interval and the last payment interval. Next will be the R, or the regular or periodic payment. It is the amount of each payment. Next, the amount of an annuity, or F, the sum of future values of all the payments to be made during the entire term of annuity. And then next is the value of P, which is the present value of an annuity, which is the sum of present value of all the payments to be made during the entire term of the annuity. So, yun po yung ibig sabihin ng mga nasa formula na meron tayo para sa future value ng isang simple ordinary annuity. So, let's have our first example. Suppose Mrs. Cueta would like to save 3,000 pesos every month in a fund that gives 9% compounded monthly. How much is the amount or the future value after 6 months? So obviously, there's one example of future value because hinahanap yung future value ng kanyang problem o nung value yung hinahanap ni Mrs. Cueta. Okay. So again, in a word problem, dapat alam nyo kung ano yung hinahanap or yung what is asked. And alam na natin kung anong hinahanap. Okay? And that would be the future value. Next is followed by our given. So, tingnan natin kung ano yung mga given na nakikita natin. Very obvious na nasa formula. So, let's start with our R, or the regular payment. And that would be 3,000. Okay? Followed by the small letter R, which is 9%. And alam naman natin, sa compound interest pa lang, sa simple interest pa lang, kino-convert na yung percentage into decimal number. Okay? O di kaya, divide lang natin into 100. Next, yung M. Bakit M natin ay 12? Kasi, it is the interest period is compounded monthly. Ayan o. Ayan. Compounded monthly siya. Okay? So, class, tingnan nyo rin ha, yung interest period niya ay monthly, tapos yung kanyang pagbabayad is every month. Kaya yun din po yung naging batayan natin. Bakit ito po ay example ng simple annuity. Next, the time of 6 months. Then next will be the N. Bakit po N? Kasi kailangan natin siya sa formula. Paano makinukuha yung N? M times T. So, in our case, yung gonna multiply M to our T. Pero tignan nyo po. Okay. Yung time natin ay naka 6 months. And may rule po tayo dyan regarding with the value of T. Dapat laging in terms of years. Dapat laging naka-years yan. So, ang gagawin po natin is i-divide natin into 12. The reason behind it is 12 kasi 12 months in a year. So, I hope it's clear, no? So, every time na months yung given, kahit sobra pa yan sa isang taon, like example, 13 months, 14 months, lagi nyo pong i-over sa 12 to represent as years, okay? So, we're gonna multiply m to t, so the result will be 12 times 6 over 12. So, magiging 6 over 12 yung ating time, okay? Kasi dinivide natin sa 12 yung 6 months. And if we're gonna simplify this one, 12 times 6 over 12, the result will be 6. Okay, next will be the I. Kasi meron ka ng R, meron ka ng N, kailangan mo na lang yung inyong I. So, para makuha yung I, R over M. So, titignan mo yung small letter R mo, which is 0.09, and tingnan mo yung M mo, which is 12. So, you're gonna divide that one, 0.09, divide by 12, and the result will be 0.0075. And I believe baka scientific notation yung lumabas, i-move nyo na lang po accordingly kung ilan yung move, depende yan sa exponent, at kung tingnan nyo naman yung sign, kapag negative kaliwa, kapag positive naman ay kanan yung pag-move ng inyong mga decimal number. Okay? Now, kompleto ka na. Meron ka ng R, meron ka ng I, meron ka ng N. Ang gagawin mo na lang is to find the future value of this problem. So, ang gagawin natin is to use our formula. So, F is equal to R bracket quantity 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 all over I. Wherein, yung R natin, papalitan natin ng 3K. Ayan. Yung I natin is papalitan na natin ng 0.075 and yung ating N is papalitan na ng 6. Okay? So, yun lang. Substitution method pa lang yung ginagawa natin. So, next, we're gonna use the rule of PEMDAS, meaning parenthesis first. So, we will simplify first what's inside the parenthesis. So, 1 plus 0, and that would be 1.0075. So, next na kailangan natin deal is the exponent. So, after PEMDAS, ayan, proceed ka na sa exponent, which is ito. Ayan, so you're gonna plug in that one on your calculator. So, type 1.0075 raised to 6 and then press equal. If you're gonna do that one, dapat na makuha nyo result ay ito. 1.045852235. Okay, so dapat, pag pernes nyo po yung 1.075 raised to 6 equals, dapat lalabas po yung 1.045852235. Next, you're gonna simplify what's inside your parenthesis. So this one should be parenthesis. Paki-correct na lang sa N nyo. Thank you. Ayan. So you're gonna simplify yung 1 minus 1 and the result will be 0. Ayan, yung just 0, then you just copy everything or every decimal number na meron tayo. So copy lang yan. Kasi whole number to whole number lang yan. 1 minus 1. Next, you're gonna divide 0.04 and paki-parenthesis din po ito. Ayan. I-divide nyo po yung 0.0458522235 to your denominator, which is 0.0075. Sige, paki-divide po using your calculator. If ma-prindot mo siya ng tama, ma-perform mo siya ng tama, dapat ang lalabas ay 6.11, 363, again, 611, 363134.7. So if you're gonna divide those two numbers, the quotient must be 6.11, 3631347. And meaning, kapag meron na lang tayong parentheses and the operation should be multiply. So, lagi na lang po yung multiplication kapag meron na lang po kayong parentheses between two sets of numbers. So, you're gonna multiply 6.11, the entire decimal number, times to your 3,000 or times the value of R, and the result will be 18,340.89. Okay? Or, in other words, our value or the future value, okay, or the amount na hinahanap o tinatanong ni Mrs. Cueta after 6 months is 18,340 pesos and 89 centavos. So, ganun po kalaki yung kanyang magiging pera sa loob po ng 6 na buwan. Kung ang kanyang gagawin ay maghuhulog siya ng 3,000 per month. Okay? So, I hope it's clear, no? It's very clear. Wala naman tayong na-skip na steps and I show the solutions step by step. Okay? So, if you have questions, paano nakuha, you try to pause and you try to rewatch again para nang ganon, mabalikan nyo saan kayo nalito. Ito, ganito pala yung pagkuha ng tamang sagot. Now, let's have a last example for this day. So, in order to have for her high school graduation, Lisa decided to save 200 at the end of each month. If the bank pays 0.25% compounded quarterly, how much will her money be at the end of 6 years? So, again, this one example of simple annuity. It's just because Lisa, tingnan nyo kung kailan nagsisave si Lisa. kada buwan yan. And yung ating compounding period is also monthly. So those are the some indications na masasabi nating simple annuity yung problem natin. At tignan nyo pa, at the end, kaya nagiging simple ordinary annuity. So combination ng simple ordinary annuity yan. Okay, so titingnan nyo at the end, tapos parehas sila ng payment interval at interest period. So again, alam na natin kung what is asked, and that would be the future value. Next will be the givens. So it starts by your givens after you identify what is asked. So gain. So in our case, find the capital letter R of the periodic payment, and that will be 200, followed by small letter r, that will be 0.25% and converted into 0.0025. So again, kahit decimal number na yan, basta naka-percentage yan, i-move nyo pa rin siya kung ilan dapat i-move. In our case, 2 move to the left lang, 2 moves to the left, or divided by 100, and lalabas naman yung 0.0025. Next is the M. Since this one is compounded monthly, M is 12. Next is the time, and that would be 6 years. Now, in this case, hindi na tayo magdi-divide sa 12 kasi po, naka-years na yung ating problem. So, unlike kanina, naka-month, so we are asked to divide by 12 kasi hindi pa siya naka-month. So, ganun lang naman kasimple. Pag naka-months, divide by 12. Pag hindi, okay na yan. Next is to solve for n. M times t yun. So, 12 times 6. If we're gonna perform that one, the result will be 72. So, our n is 72. Next is followed by I. So, R divided by M, 0.0025 divided by 0.0025 divided by 12. So, that will be our solution for I. If you're gonna perform that one on your calculator, the result will be, again, a scientific notation. Pero I believe kapag pinerform mo siya ng maayos, the result will be 0.002083. Sir, hindi mo nakokopya the entire tree kasi repeating naman na siya. Okay na isang tree lang. Will do na yan. Okay, next will be find the future value of your problem. So again, na-identify na natin, na kuha na natin yung mga kailangan natin bago natin ilalagay sa ating mga formula. So in our case, write the formula. Second is to substitute. Oops. So yung R natin is 200, yung I is 0.002083, tapos yung N natin ay 72. So next, same step kanina, unahin yung pinasa loob, yung parentheses. So you need to add that one. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So that's the reason why it becomes 1.002083. Next is the exponent. So perform nyo po to sa calc nyo. Erase nyo yan. So 1.002083 raised to 72. And the result will be 1.015109 043. So, yan po dapat ang lumabas. Again, if you're gonna perform this one well, kung tama ang pagkakalagay nyo, definitely, you will have this value. So, 1.015109.043. And again, parenthesis na lang to kapag na-solve na natin yung exponent. So, whole number to whole number, 1 minus 1, the result will be 0. And then, just copy the entire decimal number na meron tayo. Okay? So, kokopyahin nyo lang yan. Next will be, you find the quotient between these two numbers. So, divide nyo po ito. So, 0.015109043, i-divide natin sa 0.0002083. Sige, paki-divide po. And I hope you get the same answer or the quotient, which is 72.5350116. So, pag dinivide nyo po itong dalawa, lalabas po yung 7253.50116. And last but not the least, you multiply your quotient to your value of R, which is 200, and the result will be 14,507 pesos. So that is the amount saved of Lisa, okay, at the end of 6 years. So that's how you deal with simple ordinary annuity, finding the value of the future value. So I hope, no, class, marami ulit kayong natutunan sa ating YouTube tutorial na to. Muli, dito po ako po si Math Turo. Huwag natin kakalimutan mag-subscribe. Pindutin yung notification bell para updated kayo sa mga bawat recorded lesson na i-upload natin dito sa ating YouTube. Muli, thank you and God bless.